All right, so in this segment, I'm going to talk to you about how you start to create quests and really get into this whole gamification vibe that we're working on. All right, so we're going to start off pretty simple, all right, and pretty kind of maybe basic and boring and traditional. But this foundation is actually very important because once we start getting into the more complicated aspects of gaming, we have to have a really good foundation. And the only way to do that, to get that foundation, is to start by building it up the way we've always built it up. So what I'm going to tell you to do is stuff that you should already have in place or can get together pretty quickly. If you think about your class, okay, or your course, know what it is that you want students to learn, okay? What are your larger and smaller objectives, all right? We got to have that still stands, okay? We're gaming it. Hopefully we're making it a little more engaging and a little more fun, but we're still learning here. So what is it that you want your students to learn? Have that defined. It might make sense, it might not. You'll know best, right? Have a sense of what you want students to read. So I, as a university professor, I have that mapped out when I give students a syllabus. If you're an English teacher, right? If you're a middle school English teacher, high school English teacher, college English teacher, you might know some of the big books that you want students to read over the course of the year. So just kind of have a general sense of, in whatever time frame it is that you want to game, what it is you want students to learn, what it is you want them to read, and then understand the non-negotiables. Maybe there are certain readings or certain assignments, certain tasks that you have to do with them, and so you make sure you get those on your list of things that are going to get done here when we get into making this more game-like. So where can you be more flexible? Where can you be less flexible? All right, so getting started then with creating your quests. So quests is a fancy word for your assignments, okay? So right now I'm going to be using the two terms, quests and assignments, interchangeably, but eventually I'm going to be switching over to talking about quests. So know that when I say quests, I'm talking about your assignments. So quests are your assignments. And as students complete the quests, yes, they are earning a grade, but they're going to earn what we call XP. XP stands for experience points, right? You get experience points in video games, and we're going to get them in your class, all right? And then a couple of things as we start to work towards developing XP is students always start with 0. And they work their way up, okay? And when students come in your class on day 1, they have 0 experience points, all right? We're not starting at, if 100 was the maximum points they could earn in your class, we're not starting at 100 and then deducting our way down to a B, C, D grade. We're starting with 0 and we're working our way up the chart to a particular grade. So it's a little bit maybe backwards from what you're used to thinking about. And then as students gain XP, they will, just like in a video game, they will get to level up, right? So they're going to get these points. These points are going to, they're going to earn the points from completing their assignments, their quests. Their points will get them a grade, but it's also going to get them other interesting things too that we're going to be working out here in future videos. All right, so to develop your quest, because you have to have your quest developed before you can get into these more fun experience points kinds of issues, identify all your major assignments. Write the directions for the assignments. Make sure you know when the due dates are, and then go ahead and decide how you would traditionally grade the assignments, okay? So again, this is getting back to doing things the old-fashioned way, all right? We can't beef it up and make it more interesting and game-like until we've got all these concrete details in place. So the first time I gamed the class, I wrote up my syllabus and all the assignment descriptions and all the grades just like I wasn't gaming my syllabus. I just did it in the old traditional fashion. And that's what I want you to do first, because once you have these things in place, then you're going to be able to take it and convert it into a gamed up class. All right, so that's for today. What's coming up in our next video is going to be how to assign our quests, right? How to give our assignments experience points. So that's what we're going to be working on. So make sure you know what it is that you want to game, and make sure that you've got assignments and the big things, non-negotiables in your class mapped out, directions written, and how you're going to grade it. And then we're going to convert all of that into experience points and start going from there.